Hi everyone, it's Bobbi-Jo and welcome to my home. I am coming to you with hashtag Thursday Booktube. This is hosted by Daphne at my mountain home and kitchen and also Patty at Life with Patty. Please check out these ladies, awesome YouTubers, and this is an open collab and you can do anything related to, pretty much related to reading, basically. You can do magazines, you can rearrange your bookcase, you can do just about anything related to books or magazines or anything. So, anyways, I told you last week that I was going to create a list of the best, the 10 books that are my favorite all time. I had a very hard time with this. I had like 7 that didn't make the cut that I agonized over. So if we don't spend too much time, I will also mention the 7 that didn't make the cut. And the cut is mostly, would I reread something over and over and over again? That's what I was focused on. I'm not a rereader. I don't reread many books, but these are books that I've either reread already or I plan on rereading them. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on each one. I will put the list down below so you can look them up yourself. But I'm just going to basically go through the list, maybe a comment here and there, and then I will tell you the 7 that didn't make it, that are still good, and if we have time. Okay, so number 10, A Tale of Two Cities. Yeah, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. I think we all know that line. And that grabbed me as soon as I started reading that book. Now, if you're not a classics person, if you're, for instance, if you're not a regular classic, Dickens can be tough to get through sometimes. Yeah, but the sheer quality of the book is just incredible. So if you can get through them, go for it. Number 9 is The Night Circus. This by Erin Morgenstern. The Night Circus, purely for the environment development. It was so whimsical and so beautiful. I could picture such wonderful the descriptions for this, let's say, the setups of the circus and the rooms that were done and the certain. I just fell in love. I wasn't even like this. The story between the two people was there, but I was just amazed at the imagery and how it came out in my head, I guess. Ella Minnow P. And this was done by Mark Dunn. And it's called Ella Minnow P, a novel in letters, and it's a lot about human nature in that one, and a lot about what I felt was groupthink, basically, stuff like that. So really interesting. It's a simple little novel, but it says a lot. Next one, number 8, number 7, I should say, is Babel by F Kuang. Babel. I was just like, people hate it, people loved it. I know that, but I absolutely loved it and look forward to reading it again. It is, what I liked about it is the languages that were involved in it, and also the story. I like the story of this little group, this university group, but the main things was the language aspect of it and how they got it. It is fantasy. It is, there is magic in there, but yeah, it's just, yeah, I can't get into everything, but yeah, try it. Babel. It's a big book though. 6, Animal Farm. Another small one that says so much about human nature. This is by George Orwell. And yeah, George Orwell, it says he knows how to write about, he knows people and he knows how to write about them. Number 5 is To Kill a Mockingbird. I don't think, it's by Harper Lee. I don't think I need to say anything more about it. It's a hopeful thing, but also very, very, very sad. So the coming of age of the main character draws me in. So that's my hopeful part. But the racism in it, very, very sad. Next up, number 4 is 1984. Another George Orwell. Groupthink. Rewriting history. Stuff like that. Yeah, I love that book, and another really good classic. Your classics wise, you've got The Tale of the Two Cities, you've got Animal Farm, To Kill a Mockingbird, 1984. Those are some of the classics that I just mentioned. So number 3 is Unlikely Animals. Annie Hartnett wrote this one. I just finished it, and I'm putting it on my list. That was an amazing book. I talked about it last week, so I won't say anything more about it. Check it out for sure. Another classic, number 2, Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre used to be, it was my number 1 for like 20 years. I love Jane Eyre. And it's funny, I DNF'd this book. Initially, I did not finish this book. Could not. I was early 20s and I could not get into this book. And then I read it in my late 20s. And it's like, what? Like, this is fantastic. And I loved it. I've read it. Oh my God. I can't tell you how many times. I can't. I know I probably couldn't count it on my fingers. I've read that thing. Yeah. And final one is Thistlefoot by GennaRose Nethercott. This one here is about, it is a fantasy. And it's got a lot of it's got the it's got what I like about it is that it has different characters coming together and this whimsical little this whimsical little, I'll say their inheritance. And I just loved it because I enjoyed the characters. It was mostly the characters for this one. All of them. Not the bad guy, of course, but all of them otherwise. And it had everything in it. It had discussion about Jewish roots. It's got LBGQ. I can't remember the rest of them. I'm sorry. And it's got family coming together. It's got following your dreams, stuff like this. And it all comes together as perfect. So again, not going to go too far into them because it would take a lot. The 7 that didn't make the cut, I'll do it 11 minutes. I'll try to get through it pretty quick. Remarkable Bright Creatures, which is about a relationship with a lady and an octopus. Circe, which is Remarkably Bright Creatures is by Shelby Van Pelt. Circe is by Madeline Miller, and it is related to the god Circe, goddess, kind of. The Little Prince, or Le Petit Prince, by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Mario doesn't have his headphones off, so he would need to correct me on that one for sure. Yeah, the Petit Prince. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I don't need to say anything else if you're a classic person. The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. And The Giver by Lois Lowry. And Piranesi by Susanna's Clarke. So, yeah, I think it's Susanna Clarke, not Zed. I don't know where they're getting the Zed. Anyways, those are the ones that didn't make it. So, yeah, I think it was a good list, and I will put them down below with the honorable mentions. And, yeah, and hopefully you guys can pick some things out of there that you would enjoy. If I had one that I would pick first out of it, it would be 1984. Lots of similarities about things going on in the world today. So yeah, I would hit that one first, and then Babel would be my second. So yeah, I've got yeah, they're all good, trust me. I assure you. All right, you guys, enough of me babbling, and I will let you go. All right, bye.